So real quick, you know that I said that I'm probably not gonna be posting anymore. Like, do y'all see that peeling? It's crazy. And I can't stop picking at it. I should. But anyways, I acknowledge the monitoring spirits and stuff like that. My room is a safe space, so whenever I feel like I need to release some things, I'll hop on. Aside from that, I'm in a state. I'm definitely in a state. Do you know, like, even though I didn't romantically, unless you count limerence as romantic, but like, I don't know. It was more so of somebody please rescue me from like having to deal with all these responsibilities in life. That's basically it. Um, I didn't have any like romantic feelings towards that guy, but I still had to like feel and like mourn and like grieve and all that other stuff. I'm very surprised at this turn of events, but it it is so not lost on me how much relief I feel from no longer having this job. And I don't know if it's because of the job itself or no longer having to like constantly be in his presence. Anyway, so, but I'm sure him and I will meet up and talk some other time. I don't know. Like, he confuses me. He confuses me, you guys. But, I mean, I confuse myself sometimes. Oh my goodness. Gross. So I'm not in the best place, but I will be in a better place much soon. Because you see how quickly I almost ruined my entire life. If I work just as hard at making a positive difference in my life, yo, it's straight to the moon. It's straight to the moon, and we ain't coming back. So, something I'm really excited about actually is um just having time to myself. Something I'm also excited about is actually learning how to be in a consistent relationship with the Most High, because He's shown me that He is down for me. He'll go to bat for me. And I haven't shown Him even a fraction of that. Like, I try, but I kind of suck because of a lot of unresolved things and spiritual laziness. It doesn't take in the same way that I have my phone in my hand most of the time when I'm at home. I could have the scriptures in my hand most of the time when I'm at home. So instead of like constantly Googling things, I could, I don't know, pray about them, pray. And I'm going to be doing different things. I'm going to be trying new avenues in terms of like my creativity and generating financial income. That's happening. It's happening. Also, I want to address something. When I was talking about the manner in which I was fired, I was feeling very embarrassed, ashamed, humiliated, because of my own conduct, not because anybody set me up or anything like that. Because the alcoholism that I've struggled with has been a point of shame for me. Naturally, if you care to do better in the future, you're gonna like be aware of that shame. Otherwise, you're just kind of like spiraling and it's like, oh, I don't care. And then nothing changes, and then you die, which is whatever. So I look, she's not ugly. I'm not saying that she's ugly. I just was told that she's pretty so much that I was expecting something different than what. Basically, what I'm trying to say now, right now, is that I shouldn't have attacked her looks. And even though I didn't say, oh, she's ugly, I should, that's not even, that has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with anything. She's a fair woman. So I'll just say that, and my apologies if you ever see this. And you know what? Just, actually, never mind. Let me tell y'all something. This life is not for the weak. Like, I dead ass should have never even been born, because, like, what is going on? What the hell? There's been so many times where I want to just, like, make an angry post about being born, like so angsty, but like, it's, what's done is done. It is what it is. So anyways, I have a few ideas for how I'm gonna make money. And no, I'm not gonna be a stripper, although, like, I know some of y'all would love that. Including some family members who just love to, like, add some, like, sprinkle gossip into their boring ass lives. Cause y'all be playing with them monitoring spirits. How are you gonna call me? You know what? I'm gonna squash that, like, forever. Cause, like, that weird phone call that I got, that threw me for a loop. That threw me for a loop. Anyway, tomorrow I'm supposed to meet up with my friend. We're gonna go hiking on some trails behind the college that I live by. Oh my goodness, do you guys want to hear something? Okay, you know, like, how I hate formal education? And I even brought up Emily the Criminal, and I was like, I know who the real villain is in that movie. I might actually go to school. Look, I'm throwing everything against the wall. I'm throwing my looks. There's so many, like, things that it's not me, because I'm not a genius. I've been blessed with a lot of intelligence, but the Most High is like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. It's this, all these things are taking me so much out of my comfort zone already. And one of the better, well, two things, technically it's two things that I have to do that are going to help me, like, launch into this new chapter, is that I'm gonna, hang on, let me just moisturize my lips real quick. Where's the, oh, where did the lip balm go? Okay, so this is going to be very difficult. I already know this because sleep is making me so upset. Okay, this is going to be difficult. I already know this because I've been instructed to do such in the past, and I have failed tremendously, and therefore I'm unsubscribing to that method of thinking, like the rebellion, the disobedience. It's okay to be rebellious. No, it's not okay to be rebellious unless you're rebelling against evil. But the disobedience against the Most High has, child, you know, when you're, like, fantasizing about a time in your life and you're like, oh my goodness, things were so much easier back then, and they weren't. It's just that it keeps escalating and escalating. I think that's brought about by disobedience. And so if I want to break certain curses and all the curses, I don't know if I'm capable of doing it all. If I don't have any children, then I'm definitely going to be able to take on a majority of them. But then that means that I might have to sacrifice having a dude too, which is fine. It's fine. I accept that. Even though I enjoy sex so much more than I thought that I ever would, from the standpoint that I was coming from it, like when I was younger, it was like, I want to wait till I'm married. I want to give it to the right guy. Like, but at the same time, I got addicted to porn when I was younger. So like, I was very lustful. It was like I didn't treat sex as sacred as it should be. And then especially after I got my divorce, like now I'm just like, well, it is what it is. And so two things that I have to do. It's technically one thing, but I have to do it with two people. I just have to ignore my ex-husband and the last, the guy that I had sex with last. Well, the guy, my ex-husband was the last person that I had sex with, but the guy that I had sex with. Because it's the distractions, like Mrs. Sexually transmitted demons, you know what I mean? Like, I know nowadays they call STDs STIs, so maybe sexually transmitted influencers, because I've been under the influence, because like I know like when I mainly talk about things that I'm ashamed of, alcohol is the first thing that I bring up. I'm ashamed of all the other ways that I've been influenced when I'm lustful with men, because these weird things start happening around me, and I'm done trying to play things off, because like it's all bad. It's all bad. So they're cut off. The last time I tried to cut off my ex-husband, I was like literally like not drinking. I was like on a roll. He kept texting me. He was messaging me on WhatsApp. He was calling me. Like, it was just so like irritating. But like I said, I see the patterns now, and like when I'm doing well and then I start getting resistance or I start being attacked, I just have to dig in my heels, ignore the temptations. Cause why are you sucking, why are you putting things in your mouth that don't belong in your mouth? What do you, don't do that. Like, don't. It's that simple. Anyways, I think basically right now what is happening is that I'm transitioning from my old self to my new self, and I have to keep my eyes on the Most High, and that's like in that realm. But like here, I have to self-parent, because this is unacceptable behavior. Unacceptable, baby. It's not very becoming for a young lady. It is not. And yes, I am a young lady. I know people are like, oh my goodness, 30. You're not getting any younger. I don't know what biology book y'all were reading, but nobody gets any younger. And I don't even know if the Benjamin Button syndrome or whatever is real. But for a majority of us, we're aging up, okay? But I'm still young. Oh, what happened? Okay. Anyways, I just got a notification. But oh my goodness. So I remember, oh, no, I'm not talking about that lady right now. So, yeah, it's those two guys. Because I already stopped talking. I stopped talking to the guy that I had sex with in between. And, like, yeah, it wasn't tough, but, like, I should have just learned my lesson then. But it's okay. I'm learning. I'm still learning. It's okay. Part of the reparenting is the patience, because I am not very patient with myself. I'm not very compassionate with myself. I'm not very merciful or kind towards myself. Therefore, sometimes when the Most High is very, very kind to me, well, he's always very kind to me. Because even the way that I was fired was very much so like, okay, well, thanks, but no thanks. And I'm just like, yeah, I get it. Thanks for your graciousness. Like, he's kept things so intact for me. I know my guardian angels have been working overtime, like they're tired. I can imagine that their chests sometimes get tight because of my shenanigans, and that's what it boils down to. Self-sabotage. Baby, no way. Not me. We're turning over a new leaf. I'm just using quotes because it's a cliche, but I'm doing what is right from here on out, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fabulous. Watch out. 2024. Speaking of, I'm not sure when the new year actually is. I don't believe that the new year starts on January the 1st. And I was looking up when the Jewish New Year was, and it said that it was in October. And I don't know, like, why would it be in October? Although I did a long time ago, I remember when Bougie Vintage first started to work on her journey with our father, and she was like, well, the harvest would be the new year because that's when you're gathering things up. And I remember relaying that to my mom. But then when I first started working on my relationship with my father, it was brought to my attention that spring would be the new year because that's when everything comes back to life. So I don't know. I'm gonna look into it further. But yeah, my new year is just about to begin, and this is the first step of a billion towards not the moon, but towards heavenly places, towards the kingdom. And it starts with silence, celibacy, cleanliness, and not talking to those guys because they kind of suck. They like really suck though, but I mean, like, I suck too. So that's why we encountered each other in the way that we did. And I'm gonna learn from my suckiness. Hopefully, they thrive and learn how to regulate their own emotions and do all the inner work that they need to so that they don't run into somebody worse than me, because that's how it actually works. Even though I know that I would have been addicted to that guy that I never ended up sleeping with, who I was super, super attracted to. This next guy, the last guy that I had sex with, you know the guy, he was like worse, but better in terms of like teaching me that lesson. So, yeah. And you know, oh, I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, I hope they're so happy and I hope for the best for them. I don't care. I'm just doing me now. And it's gonna have to be that way for a while because I cannot handle the illnesses, the dry skin, the itchy back, just the mental discombobulation. Nah. Well, thank you for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon.